Welcome back. In previous lessons, we've learned how to find diagnosis codes and apply the ICD-10-CM coding guidelines. Today, we'll learn the difference between signs, symptoms, and definitive diagnoses, and when each should be coded correctly. In this lesson, you'll learn what signs, symptoms, and definitive diagnoses are, when symptoms should be coded, when they usually should not be coded, and the important exception every medical coder needs to understand. A sign is an objective finding that a healthcare provider can observe or measure during an examination. Because signs are visible or measurable, they do not depend on what the patient reports. Common examples include fever, a rash, and high blood pressure. A symptom is something the patient experiences and reports to the healthcare provider. Unlike signs, symptoms are subjective and cannot be directly measured. Chest pain, headaches, abdominal pain, and nausea are all common examples of symptoms. A definitive diagnosis is the condition the provider confirms after evaluating the patient and reviewing the available information. Once a diagnosis has been established, it usually explains the patient's signs and symptoms. If the provider has not established a definitive diagnosis by the end of the encounter, you should code the documented signs or symptoms. These explain the reason for the visit and accurately reflect the patient's condition. When a definitive diagnosis has been confirmed, you generally report the diagnosis instead of the routine signs and symptoms associated with that condition. This helps avoid coding the same clinical information twice. Let's look at an example. A patient comes in with chest pain, but after evaluation, the provider does not determine a cause. Since there is no confirmed diagnosis, the documented symptom, chest pain, is the code that should be reported. Now, consider a different situation. A patient presents with abdominal pain, but after evaluation, the provider diagnoses acute appendicitis. Because the abdominal pain is a routine symptom of appendicitis, you generally report the confirmed diagnosis rather than the symptom. There is one important exception to remember. If a symptom is unrelated to the confirmed diagnosis or has its own clinical significance, it may also be coded when it is supported by the provider's documentation and the official ICD-10-CM coding guidelines. Many new coders make the mistake of reporting both a diagnosis and its routine symptoms. Others assume every symptom should be coded or assign diagnoses that aren't documented. Always rely on the provider's documentation and follow the coding guidelines. Here's a simple way to remember the differences. Signs are objective findings observed by the provider. Symptoms are experienced and reported by the patient. A definitive diagnosis is the condition the provider confirms after evaluation. Remember this simple rule. If there is no confirmed diagnosis, code the documented symptoms. If the provider confirms a diagnosis, you generally report the diagnosis instead. Let's check your understanding. For the first question, think about whether a symptom should be coded when no diagnosis has been established. For the second, consider the important exception for separately documented, clinically significant symptoms. If you chose A and then B, you are correct. Excellent work. Today, you learned how to distinguish between signs, symptoms, and definitive diagnoses, when symptoms should be coded, and when a confirmed diagnosis generally replaces routine symptoms. You also learned the important exception for separately reportable symptoms. These concepts are essential for accurate ICD-10-CM coding and will help you make confident coding decisions as you continue through this course.